Now we are moving on to our market makers. Market Makers is sponsored by Antietam World Travel Service. Why trust Antietam World Travel Service to coordinate your vacation? Well, it's simple. They're a full-service travel agency to save you countless hours of online research. They have relationships with the suppliers that are going to give you the best value and perks you can't get on your own. Plus, they'll monitor your bookings for unexpected schedule changes and let you know. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com right now and get started on that dream vacation. Well, BreAnn has quite a history in agriculture as well as clothing. She is the owner of the Turquoise trailer, and I had a great time sitting down with her, and her shop is absolutely adorable. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you about some events that she's got going on that you're not going to want to miss. Here she is.
I am in Middletown, 10 West Main Street. I am with BreAnn, the owner of the Turquoise trailer.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. What great taste you have. Oh, I see you're wearing what's hanging
I am, yeah.
I love it. She wears this stuff too. I love it. All right, so I'd like to go back a little bit. So you're a photographer.
I am.
For 10 years,
10
you
years,
did that?
yes.
You don't even look old enough to be doing that for 10 years.
I started
anyway.
right out of college.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Yeah, I would have said high school, actually. But, okay, you were a photographer for 10 years. You showed cattle and pigs.
Yeah, so my family's been in the ag industry for 5 generations.
Where is your family farm?
So we're from Barnesville,
yeah.
but we moved up this way right after my grandfather stopped showing. And then also my husband's family has very deep roots in Middletown, and they have cattle and horses, and he rode bulls. So
wow,
yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because that really is truly Frederick, right?
Yeah.
Or Frederick County and,
Yeah.
and the area. And while showing, you had an epiphany.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell our viewers what that was like.
I remember the day very vividly. I was at a show in Virginia in January. It was the coldest show ever. I was walking around to all these vendors, and I was like, oh, these are such cute boutiques. And then I walked past the boutiques and saw livestock trailers, and it just clicked. I was like, I need to do a boutique in a livestock trailer. So I kind of really hid that idea in my mind for probably almost 10 years before I let people know that that's what I wanted to do. When I met my now husband, I told him that I wanted to do it, and he was like, well, then do it. I was like, well, I'll only do it if I find a trailer that's turquoise. And the moment I told him that, exactly a week later, the trailer was turquoise, and a horse trailer popped up on Facebook Marketplace. 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, and the universe is such a great place.
Yeah.
When you put stuff out, it's amazing what comes back. That's amazing.
And my grandfather went and took me and picked up that trailer that night, and I actually, last week was like the 5 years since I picked that trailer up.
So you were kind of doing, because at the time, like food trucks and all of that weren't really
a thing.
So you were way ahead of your time on that.
Yeah.
So you took this trip, and how great. I mean, I've done a lot of events. You're not lugging stuff. You can just pull up, open the doors, and pretty much everything is ready to go, other than maybe your little stuff out front.
Yeah.
But you are ready.
Yeah, I still box everything back up and put it in the tack room of the trailer, which is also my dressing room when I'm at events. But it's so nice to be able to not have to be out in the rain and all that stuff. It's great.
Yes, yes. So how many events were you doing in the trailer?
Oh gosh, it was probably, honestly, almost every weekend during the spring, summer, and fall months. In the winter, we slowed down a little bit and probably did about like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But now we go to Farm Show up in Harrisburg at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex, and I share a space with another boutique in Maryland called Hill Betty Bliss, and we conquer that show together. But I do like Horse World Expo, and I've been to Massachusetts with my trailer, so to the Big E. So I've traveled a lot. I don't do it as much now.
Yeah.
Because I have this.
Yeah.
But.
So what did you learn in the trailer that you are now able to utilize now that you're in a brick and mortar space?
I guess utilizing your space, trying to keep it full as much as possible, just because my trailer is smaller, and having a lot of inventory to still make it eye appealing, but not overbearing at the same time. So like the storefront I had before this one was probably the size of that room in there. And I had all this stuff in that size. So I think utilizing your space and like trying to really make it appealing and a really good experience for your customers, and trying to stand out as much as possible. My trailer was the selling point at events. When people saw it, it instantly drew them in and they wanted to.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart. Well, you can tell even in here, you use your photographic eye to put things, like you say, in an appealing way, like even utilizing rustic pieces and making them purposeful and work for the space, which is really, really great. So you were in another space, right? You were still right on Main Street. Okay. And then you found out after just signing the lease, basically, that the
building was for sale. Yeah. It was really hard for me to go to my grand opening and know that it was so questionable as to how long I was going to be in that space, because this was a huge moment for me. My grand opening was unreal. There's people out like waiting outside to come in, and my great grandmother was there. Like, it was the best day ever. So just having that in the back of my mind was really hard. But now I feel like I'm home.
Well, you know, kind of like putting out the Turquoise trailer into the universe. When you kind of put things out there, you're just repaid, you know, tenfold. And I think even from what you just said to me, that space wasn't right for you. Right? Because as soon as you moved here, everything fell into place. You said your sales and your number of people that come and all of that.
And I think like having the Witching Hour Spa here, meeting her down there, and us being in that same like situation of questioning what our business is going to look like as soon as that building sells, it really had us create a really good business friendship. And we both had the same exact goals that we wanted. So both of us being in this new building together is amazing. Having two women-owned businesses in the same building is pretty awesome.
Not only just that, you have now somebody you can bounce ideas off of and collaborate with, but they're not really under you. So it's really puts you in a nice position of, you know, partnership and collaboration without kind of having that treading weirdness. I love it. And we'll have to get her on the show too. We'll have to chat with her too. Okay, so what are the next 12 months do you feel like looks like for you?
I want to keep expanding. I want to get more men's clothing in. I just started bringing men's clothes in last week, and it's been a huge hit. I want to get a bigger variety of kids' clothes in. I want to get more of the plus sizes, which is harder to find, unfortunately, for not having the double the price to pay, which doesn't make any sense to me. But I really want to expand in that stuff. My ultimate goal is to have even a bigger space than this someday, where I can bring vendors and they rent a whole room, kind of like a market. Right now in my hat bar room and some out here, there's a lot of locally owned businesses that have put their stuff in here for me to sell. So I have like beef tallow that's literally made 5 minutes down the road. I've got soaps from a girl that just graduated high school.
I see that on TikTok, beef tallow.
Yes. So Richville Farms supplies my beef tallow. She's one of my neighbors, and I actually showed cows with her. So I've known her for a very long time. She was at my grand opening event last weekend. She sold out in an hour.
Oh, I've seen that all over. Apparently it is just amazing.
That's all I use now.
You were well, I'm going to start using it. I might de-age myself. I love it. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I know you're all over social, which is great. And I really wish nothing but success for you. I know it's going to come when you put, like I said, good stuff out there. You get repaid handsomely. And so you got to come visit the Turquoise trailer. What are your hours?
I'm closed Mondays and Tuesdays right now, but Wednesday to Friday I am open from 12 to 7. Saturday is 12 to 5, and then Sunday is 11 to 2.
Okay.
And we're right next to Main Cup, so you can come shop and get something to eat.
Yes, and get something to eat. Very convenient right here on Main Street in Middletown. Look her up on social. She's got the most adorable stuff. It's a really, really cute shop, and I just love that it's here in Middletown, and we're so glad you're part of our community.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
This is BreAnn, the Turquoise trailer.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
All right, so the next 3 weekends, she has the Cowboy Christmas Market happening at the Turquoise trailer. If you go to our calendar, Everything Frederick calendar, or certainly look her up on social media, you'll see all the vendors. She's got different vendors every weekend, all local ones, and you can go visit her again. It's the next 3 weekends, noon to 5 on Saturdays, 11 to 2 on Sundays, and support the local business. All right. Coming up tomorrow, I've got Susan Leftwich from the Healthwell Foundation, and I check out Dill Dinkers, the indoor pickleball courts that recently opened here in Frederick County. And I can't wait to show you that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that is all coming up tomorrow. Tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick, please, and subscribe if you don't mind. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great day, and let's get out there and be great.